welcome you to second Sunday of Lent. Our first reading is taken from Genesis verse 1 to 2, 9a, 10 to 14, 15 to 18. Our second reading is taken from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 31b to 34. Our Gospel is taken from Mark chapter 9, verse 2 to 10. Our readings today revolves around several profound themes that offer us a rich wall hanging of faith, sacrifice, divine revelation, and salvation. In the first reading from Genesis, we encounter the powerful story of Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his only son to God. Despite the pain and the sorrow this might cause him, Abraham trusted in God's providence and remained faithful to God. It was this solid faith and obedience that led to the fulfillment of God's promise to establish a covenant with Abraham and his descendants. This story serves as a reminder of the sacrifice we too are called to make in our own lives as we journey through the wilderness of Lent towards the glory of Easter. Just as Abraham was willing to offer his only beloved son to God in obedience, so we are called to surrender our own will and desire to God's perfect plan for us. The psalmist echoed this in Psalm 115 to remind us to trust in the Lord, who is our help and shield. Even in trials and challenging moments, we can take refuge in God's unfailing love and strength. All we need to do is turn to God in prayer, seeking His guidance and grace. In the second reading, St. Paul reassures us of God's constant presence and support in our lives. If God is for us, who can be against us? St. Paul tells us, no matter the challenge we are facing, we can have confidence in God's love and protection. In today's Gospel, we witness the Transfiguration of Jesus on the mountain, revealing His glory as the beloved Son of God. These events serve as the first taste of the heavenly glory that awaits us. Like St. Peter, James, and John, may we be open to encounter the presence of God in our lives, and may our hearts be transformed by His light and truth, especially during this period of Lent. The question I would like to leave with us: what are we sacrificing during this time of Lent? May we try during this season of Lent to do away with the darkness of sin and allow ourselves to be filled with the Spirit of the Lord.